Hey, what's up, extraordinary people? How are you today? Welcome back, and thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Or if you're new here, I am Nadine. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can earn an online income again. Stick and stay. NMC's world, extraordinary people, people from around the world. NMC's world, we care for each other, we're sisters and brothers, it's true. Whether we're near or far, you are my shining star. No need to roam, this is your home. So I'm getting ready for work. I'll be sharing some tips with you. So if you're a subscriber, fine. If you're not, please remember to subscribe to my channel for wonderful tips and information that's profitable to you. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell so when I drop a video, you'll be notified. Please remember to also give me a thumbs up, like it if you like it, right? And also leave me a comment so that I can get back to you. I'm on Instagram, all socials at NMC's World, so you can reach me. After this video though, I'm going to ask you if you have any questions. You can also link me up on Instagram, okay? Comment down below, but if you have a question to ask that you really don't want to ask here, find me over Instagram and we can talk. All right, so let's get into it. The school that I'm talking about, or the online job that I'm talking about, is Engoo Global. I have been teaching with them for, this is going to be my third year. When I got this job, I also was working for one of those large companies here in Jamaica, and I had another job. I had two jobs I was doing at the time, and I basically signed on to this one, you know, for a supplementary income. And it's very important to have a supplementary income. Don't feel comfortable because you have a day job and you come home. Yes, you're going to be tired, but there are things you can do to supplement your income, and that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I'm going to be placing my referral code on the screen. As I said before, my name is Nadine and my referral number is there. So after I've given you all of these juicy details today, I'm going to ask you if this is something that you're interested in. When you're signing up, there's going to be a section where you can put this information in. So name of tutor, Nadine, right? And number is going to be right here. In order to teach for Engoo Global, you do not necessarily have to have a degree or a teaching certificate. In my case, I'm early childhood ed trained, and I also got a TESOL certification. Now, TESOL is Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. And I'm also going to link down below where I got my certificate. At the time, I think I paid maybe $19 US for it, because from time to time, they do have a sale, right? There are other places online where you can go and get certificates, because, you know, when schools or institutions or online platforms see that you make the effort to prepare yourself for the job, then it may very well augur well for you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to link the school where I got my certification from. I also submitted my teaching information to them as well. But you do not have to have those qualifications. What is important is that you have a firm grasp on speaking English. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I'm always looking online for something to do. I'm always looking for an opportunity to earn an extra income, right? Sometimes it can be very, very difficult because some of these things can be laced with scams and all of those things. So you have to dig, you have to search. There are other schools that in my next video, I am going to suggest some other places where you can teach. You can teach kids online, you can teach adults online. All right. In this case, this school, you can teach both adults as well as children. So if you're good with kids and if you are pleasant and if you're friendly, very, very important, because this job requires you to be very pleasant. In any event, any job you're on, you're supposed to be pleasant. You can't just go a job just grumpy, so. Right? And of course, you may watch my other videos. I'm Jamaican, so my Creole will be displayed proudly in my other videos. But for this video today, I'm going to try my best to stay on track, just as when I'm teaching. I basically found this school online 2.5 years ago. I decided to apply. But before I applied, I decided to research about the school. I decided to check out information about the school, because this is very, very important when you are seeking a job. It is important to know about the organization, to know about the institution. Of course, you can go and you can read reviews. I saw good reviews, I saw bad reviews, and that did not faze me. Also bear that in mind, right? You're going to have persons who will say negative things about any organization where you are looking for a job. And also, you're going to find persons who are going to say positive things. It's up to you. Do you want a job? I didn't allow that to faze me. I didn't allow that to deter me. When I saw things that impressed me, I smiled about it. When I saw things that seemed unimpressive, I smiled about it. And I went ahead and I applied. So I found it by myself and I applied. I think I got a response from them within the same week that I applied. They sent me information about the platform, right? They sent a form and everything that I needed to know about them was in that one slide. Even though I had hopped on YouTube, found some teachers, and listened to their reviews, they sent me information that was of a great help. Now, today, I'm going to be telling you about my experience. So basically, you will go through an online interview, right? So you apply, they will get back to you. They will give you instructions on how to go about doing your interview. A section of the interview, you will have to do an online demo. So you're not going to do a demo video and send it. At least when I signed up, I didn't have to do that. Basically, it was a one-on-one interview. One person interviewed me. And when she came on, she basically asked all of the relevant questions. Why do you want to teach with us? What would you do? You know, I was given scenarios. What would you do in this situation if that happened? The most important thing to do in any interview, whether it's face-to-face, even if you are not showing your face, allow the warmth and radiance to come out of your voice when you speak, so that you will sound like you are smiling. Okay? I went through the interview process, and after every interview setting or the session in the interview, they will give you feedback as to how they felt that you did in the interview. And that helps a lot. Another section of the interview I remember is that we had a role play session. I was asked to be the tutor, and they gave me a different time frame. I think it was maybe a half hour or so after that, or a few minutes. I don't want to misquote the time, but there was a section in between where I had to do a demo lesson on the spot. So you'll be required to do that. So here I am telling you some of the things that you are to expect if you are interested to teach there. When that was finished, I was informed that I was successful in the interview, and we went into the onboarding session, meaning getting me prepared to teach on the platform. You know, I don't need to go into all of the nitty-gritty and every detail, because like I said, the link that I'm going to be sending you, all you have to do is click on that and go to the top, and there's going to be a help tab. Now that help tab has every single solitary information. It's user friendly. It's not hard to read. You know, there are instruction, information, what the company expects of you. Everything is laid out there, right? You can always reach out to tutor support or reach out to the person with whom you're communicating during this process, right? So remember, my link is below the video in the description box. Points to remember: for every video that I post, I would appreciate it greatly if you would hit the thumbs up button. Interact, Because when YouTube sees you doing that, YouTube says, yes, something is happening over that channel. And then it will help me to grow. So I appreciate that very much. Okay. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me thumbs up and comment down below. Remember to check out the description box because I always leave nuggets down there where you can find me on all socials. So back into what I'm saying now. So I got the job, right? And these lessons, the beauty about these lessons is that it's held on a one-to-one basis. So I don't have to be teaching 2, 3, 4 persons. For me personally, I teach mainly adults, right? So there are times when I'm teaching doctors, lawyers, janitors, and some of the teens are very, 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 very smart. You know, they don't behave like young teens. I don't get a lot of them. I mainly, to be honest, my preference is teaching adults because adults have a firm sense of what they want, where they're going. So you have different age ranges. I've taught persons in their 80s. I've taught persons in their 70s. I've taught persons in their 20s. All age groups, right? And with respect, each individual is at their different level at their English learning journey. So there are times when I'm teaching Japanese, teaching persons from Taiwan, I'm teaching persons from Thailand, teaching persons from South Korea. I've gotten Italian students. I think I've gotten a few from Germany, you know. So at all points during the lessons, I'm speaking with different persons from around the world, right? Point to note is that especially the students tend to be very, very humble and respectful. For the Japanese students, they like to be addressed with respect, right? Every culture is different and we have to just accept that. So for example, some persons will come on and they will address you as san. So it's a term of endearment and respect. So Nadine sensei or Nadine san, or you greet them like that. But like I said, every information that you need with regards to this will be fielded to you, so you don't have to worry about a thing. All of the digging up that I did, all of the searching, which is important because I felt good to know that some of the things that I heard, I had gone ahead and done my research before applying for the job. You know what I mean? Preparation is key. Preparation is key. So basically, I enjoy teaching online. I meet people, as I said, on a one-to-one basis. Now, some of the things that you will need for this job, you will need a quiet background, right? You don't need a room set aside for that, but if you have that, then that is good. You need a well-lit area, okay? You're going to need headset, noise cancelling headset with microphone on it, or even if it's just a one, they will tell you about all of that, all of the specifications. You will be needing to teach from a PC or a laptop. You're not allowed to teach on a phone. I doubt if you will be allowed to teach using a tablet. So bear in mind that you'll need a laptop and you will also need your personal computer or your personal computer, okay? Either of the two is good. They will require a certain internet speed. They will ask you to test your internet speed during the process to ensure that you are qualified, your system is up to par to be used. And they don't need a lot of megabytes. I think at the time it was maybe 10 or 15. I don't know what it is like now, right? But you don't have to worry, you don't have to have the fastest internet speed, but you do need stable internet, right? So let me see if I'm remembering everything. So you need your laptop, your PC, your noise cancelling headset, your quiet background. Yeah, for starters, that's what you need, and a well-lit area. Now, if you don't have a ring light, just ensure that where you're teaching has adequate natural light. Now, another thing that's important, you don't want to be teaching, because when I'm teaching, I teach right here, a matter of fact, but what I do is shift the painting I know I'm sure there are teachers around the world that have, you know, things in their background that they can't move, but you don't want to have a cluttered space, right? You don't want any major form of distractions. So this lovely plant that I have when I'm doing my videos, at times when I'm teaching, it's not there. The painting that I usually have for this setup when I'm doing this video, it's not there. So basically I angle my camera so that I have a plain background. They request that you have a plain background. I don't think it has to be white like mine or a color like this, right? When it comes to dress code, you don't want to be seen wearing sleeveless on the job, right? You don't want women with your cleavage showing, you know, you don't want to be serving up breastises, right? So these are some of the things. And on my first day, because honestly, on any job, if you don't have a little level of nervousness, that's okay. Well, a little bit of nervousness is good. So when it comes to the time that the lessons are taught, each lesson slot is 25 minutes, right? So you teach for 25 minutes, then you get a 5-minute break to check on your next student that you're going to have. Or before I even go there, let me tell you from, okay, so let's say you decide to sign up, you go through the interview and you become successful, right? So this is the part that I'm going to be talking about. So you're required to sign in for your students on time. Now, do not be distracted on the computer doing all sorts of things, and then the last couple minutes you're rushing to log in. Anything can happen, right? There is a section where you can go on the platform to check how you look, how you sound, and if your video and everything is up to par. So me, generally, before every lesson, starting my lessons, I check voice, and then I can start, right? So they provide you with all of that. It is a lovely platform, easy to use. They provide you with a vlog style, some material and resources that you can read as a tutor, okay? When it comes to the lessons, every day I find that my students love doing daily news, and I personally love doing daily news, because even without watching the television or watching world news, every day I get to read up about news happenings and events around the world, right? The lessons are laid out for you. You do not have to do any lesson planning. And for me, I love that. I don't have to do any lesson planning. And because I don't have to do any lesson planning, it makes me more relaxed each time I get prepared to go to work, because I know that there are going to be materials ready and waiting for me. Every day you get fresh news item from around the world. If it's war going on in Iraq, if it's a government changing out, if it's K-pop singers doing their thing, J-pop, K-pop, the music industry, health, food, lifestyle, you name it, they have it. So there are different lesson designs on the platform, so students can choose what it is they want to be talking about or what they want to be learning from. They can be practicing grammar. Sometimes you have lessons with IELTS and TOEFL. Sometimes you have persons doing health and lifestyle. You have conversation. Listen, there is a wide array of material on the school platform that you can use. And students find these topics engaging, right? So they'll choose a topic, and it's up to you to keep them engaged. There is a rating system where, based on your performance, they can rate how they felt that you did. At first, it felt a little bit daunting to know that they had a rating system, but what I've found that this rating system provides for me is that I can know whether I need to up my game. I try to up my game every day. And sometimes you're going to have persons who might leave the honest review that they feel from inside. Remember, I did the video on on how you can earn an income online, Capterra. Just the same things. People will leave reviews for you as an online tutor. So far, I am pleased to say that I've been doing pretty well on the platform. Let's just leave it at that. So basically, you just need to have a firm grasp on the English language. Be pleasant, be friendly, be engaging, be interactive. If you happen to meet a student and the student is very, very quiet, you don't need to be going out of the way and being hype or anything. Over time, you will learn how to relate to each and every student that you come across. The lesson is geared that prior to you starting your lesson, before the clock starts, there is a clock system, guys. There's a clock system on the platform as well. When you are working, it will show you how much time you've used up, how much time you have left, right? When I started teaching, the clock used to calculate in the reverse. What I mean when I say the clock used to calculate in the reverse, so if I had 25 minutes, it would count from 1 upward. But now they have changed the system where it's counting from you get to 25 and it counts down. When you're finished or when you get to a certain extent, you will see that it is time to wrap up and, say goodbye to your student. Talking about that, saying goodbye to your student, let me share something. So the very first week when I started on Engoo, because the clock was counting upwards, so I had to count until it got to 25. So I'm teaching, and how the screen is set up for those of you who do not know about teaching online, right? So you will see the student, such as how you're seeing me on the large frame, and then you will see yourself in a little square to the right of you. So I started the class. I think I taught maybe 2 or 3 persons, and of course I felt all nervous in here. But I have learned that when I am met with a situation that would make me nervous, is that I smile and I try to center myself and I try to control my breathing, and I make every effort to focus on the direct point of the camera. As time went on, I discovered that I didn't have to go feeling nervous about anything because I would have been focusing directly on the camera. And sometimes, you see, when you're focusing on the camera, it's giving the person undivided attention, just like how I'm looking at you guys right now. So you're not going to have any time to be wondering about, is the student looking how nervous you are, because they too are looking in the camera. And that's what I've come to discover. Now, if you're not looking in the camera, it's going to seem like if you're looking on your screen, check this out. If you're looking at your screen, this is how you're going to see me, just as how you're seeing me on screen now. So it would seem like I'm teaching you, but I'm not looking at you. So when I'm looking at you is when I'm looking in the lens of the camera. And that is also a very nice trick when you're doing videos. Find where your lens is. I've seen a lot of persons. I had to learn this. So let me just segue a little bit and speak about the lens of the camera, because when you're providing information, sometimes things come up that you want to share with people. Focusing on the camera will help to make you more engaging to the person who's watching you on the lens of the camera. Okay, so now back to what I was saying about the first day that I started. Now 25 minutes. So when you go through the lesson, when I went through the lesson, I was supposed to make sure that I'm pacing myself, that I'm timing myself, that I'm watching the lesson, that I'm not trying to race through the lesson. So the lessons are in segments and parts, easy to read, easy to understand. Nothing that, trust me, the average person can teach online, believe it or not. Here I was watching the clock, and then at about 23 minutes, I was finished. I did the wrap-up signal from maybe about 20 minutes. I was supposed to wrap up at about 23 minutes, and then it would carry over maybe down to the 25th minute as a beginner, because now I don't need to do that. Even when the clock is about to run out, I can give feedback right on screen, wrap up the class, thank the students, the whole works. But as a little newbie now, oh boy, I wrapped up 22 minutes into the class, told the student goodbye, and was out. One of the things that I like about teaching at this school is that I set my own schedule. I go on when I feel like it. I don't have the same set of students every day, but sometimes you'll be lucky to have students who really, really like your style of teaching, and as such, they will book you often. I've taught one student maybe over 50 odd different times since I've been teaching here. But as I said before, it's not likely every day that you're going to be teaching the same student. And for me, I don't mind that because I do get to talk to different persons, interact with different people. I get to talk to different people during the course of the lessons. Lessons are held on a one-on-one basis with one student. Now and again, I'll get young child, but I teach adults. As I said before, every instruction and information that you may need if you're interested in this school, or you can go ahead and ask me questions down below as well. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if there are questions that you have. I may not have all the time in the world to answer every question in detail down here. If you reach out to me on Instagram, then I definitely will get back to you. I hope this video has provided some value to you today. I know there is a lot more that I could be talking about, but I think this video is way too long. So please remember to hit the thumbs up so that YouTube can see that you guys are showing me some love. Drop me a comment, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, and see you in my next video.